Alrighty guys, welcome to another video. Title of today's video is going to be my Trump moment. Now what I mean by my Trump moment, it's not exactly my support for Trump, it's just the moment where I started questioning things, and it just so happened in 2015 during Trump's announcement to run for President of the United States. So don't go too deep into this about my support for Trump or the hat. Hat's a prop, I've had it since 2016. Anyway. I was lying in bed one night and I decided to watch the full, Trump's full rally. It went for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. His very first one, I can't remember where it was, but it went for about 2 hours. Watched the whole thing, listened to the whole thing. And then the next night at 6 o'clock, I think it was Melissa Downs on Channel 9 News in Brisbane, I think that's what it was, basically said, in other words, that, Donald Trump's rally speech was full of rhetoric and bigotry and stuff, and said that when he called Mexicans murderers and rapists. And I looked at my wife and I said, he didn't say that at all. He said he's not setting their best. And that's my moment when I realised, I was like, and this is 2015, mind you, so this is, we're talking, 11 years ago? That was a moment when I had this epiphany going like, so what else has been lied to me about with the news? And honestly, I know I read the comments on this YouTube channel I've created. I know some people are thinking I've had this awakening now. I had it back then, but I suppose I'm a bit more vocal about it now because I've realised now what's the point in holding it in, because at the end of the day, this hat might mean something to some people, might mean something to other people, but I only care about what it means to me. And I'm starting to feel I can feel confident and talk about this because I know who I am, I know what I support. I'm not a racist, I'm not this, I'm not that. If you want to call me this because of that, that's your own fault. That's your problem as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, I started questioning things and started looking into a few other situations and a few other news stories that I thought, and I started realising, I found out more information by looking and realising, wait a minute, none of this makes sense. So at the end of the day, my Trump moment was that moment back then. And I suppose I'm calling it my Trump moment because when I talk to mates, I'm like, what was your Trump moment? And they always laugh and say, oh, Brian's talking about what's your moment when you started questioning what goes on in life. And that's my Trump moment when I personally put in 2 hours of my life watching a boring rally with Trump to then see the 6 o'clock news the next day. That 2 hours was condensed into a 30-second news story, and 2 sentences that Trump said, which were almost an hour apart, were put together and morphed wrong. And what you get then is people who watch probably the 6 o'clock news like I did back in the day and took that as gospel, and that's what really happened. And then that's how you bigotry and Trump says this, Trump said that, people started saying, which I find amusing because you look at TV shows like The View and all these other American shows, Tonight shows, they used to love Trump. Racist was never brought up. 6 months to a year later, he says nothing different. And all of a sudden he's now racist, he's a bigot. And so that's my moment. Now don't take this hat, me wearing this hat, as support for everything that comes out of his mouth, because I don't. I would probably say I support maybe 75% of what he says. And you show me a politician that you agree with 100%, I'll show you a lie. No one agrees with everybody 100% of the time. You don't agree with your wife, your husband, your kids 100% of the time. So why would you think you're going to agree with a politician? And that's the way I look at it. I just feel like what this hat means to me is sort of, I don't know, maybe politics is team sport now, I don't know, but what that means to me is I kind of agree with it. But I agree, this hat means to me, I agree with what the definition is to me, not say hard left-leaning definition, because, it's hard to explain now because this is where we're at. But yeah, that's my Trump moment right now. That's another rant done for another rainy day. I hope you can hear me over the rain. But yeah, this is my hat. I don't wear it in public because I kind of don't want to ruin it. I just keep it in the garage as my kind of keepsake. But yeah, that's my video for today. If you're watching this far, I do appreciate all the comments. I'm probably averaging around 400 or 500 a day, so I don't really know how to read them all. I'm just gradually getting through them. There's been some very interesting comments, but for the most part they've been very good, so I appreciate you watching. And yeah, what's another topic for tomorrow? Comment below. And also too, what was your Trump moment? When did you start questioning things?